What if I told you you don't have to fix your life? You just have to fix the lens in which you are looking at your life. I'm going to share with you 2 sets of facts about me in order to show you the power of perspective. The first, I'm 29, I'm single, I have no kids, and I have a job that doesn't feed my soul. Or I'm 29 years young, I am a free agent, I get to fall in love again. I have full agency and autonomy over my schedule. I don't have to check in with anyone. My weekends are mine, so I do with what I want on my weekends. I take a nap when I want. And more than that, I have a job that funds my passions and my soul work. It gives me the disposable income to go on retreats, to travel, to work on myself, to heal, and to make this YouTube channel. And so that is the power of perspective. Both sets of facts are factual, but it's the lens in which I'm looking at my life that matters. How you tell the story of your life shapes how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself. So is the story that you're telling yourself serving you? That's so important. Are you a failure? Are you behind? Are you riddled with mistakes and regret? That is all a choice in perspective. The things that has happened in your life, it's your thoughts that are shifting that perspective or creating that perspective. And really, you can shift it to empower you. So ask yourself, are these even expectations that I have for myself, or are they from society? Or is society telling me that I need to be doing these things by a certain amount of time? And can I release it? Do I even really want those things? Or is it just programming me, telling me that I do? I say that because sometimes the story that we tell ourselves isn't always graceful or self-compassionate. And one of the biggest ways to love yourself more deeply is to have self-compassion. So can you forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made? Can you forgive yourself for the failures that you've had? Can you shift that to be like, actually, I learned so much from that experience. I learned how to be more compassionate. I learned how to stick up for myself. I learned what a boundary was. Can you shift your perspective to better empower you? And can you release the shackles of the standards that you put upon yourself? Because you ain't Mother Teresa, and that is okay. Even if you are at rock bottom, that means that you can only go up, and it serves as a character arc. Your life is not meant to be stagnant. It actually has up and downs. That's what makes life beautiful and buoyant. It has contrast in order to see what you actually want from your life. And so be okay with when you are down. Be okay with when things are not serving you. But again, what story are you telling yourself? I made a new friend last year, and she was telling me the story of her life, and it was inherently so negative. She said, I got this degree that I didn't really want. I met this person that wasn't good for me. And just the story of her life was very negative. And so at the end, I asked her, have you ever thought about how you can say the story of your life in a more positive way? Had you not got that degree, you wouldn't be making the money you make now in order to do the things that you actually want to do. And had you not been in that relationship, you wouldn't uncovered yourself. You wouldn't have done the healing work that you're doing now. And so can you shift the story to better serve you? There's always a lesson and even a loss. There's always a lesson. So can you shift your brain wiring to, instead of it being woe is me, to being, wow, look what I have learned from this. Look what experience I've gained from this. Look how much wisdom I've attracted from this. And I also once knew a person that experienced a lot of death in his life. And obviously that's very hard, but it also gave him the blueprint of the life that he wanted to live. he was able to talk to people at the end of their life and really learn what matters at the end, what people care about. And it's not money and it's not material things. They care about relationships, they care about community, and they care about their relationship with Source. That's what really mattered at the end of their life. And so that gave him the blueprint to what he wanted to value in his life and what he wanted his life to be like. And so you are not cooked. Your perspective is. The lens in which you're looking at your life is cooked. And that can be changed. Your thoughts, your story can change to empower you. And now you might be like, okay, this sounds great in theory, but how do I apply that? And to that, I say, you have a beautiful imagination and you can start to visualize and imagine a different story or even a different version of yourself. Beyonce had Sasha Fierce, Kobe Bryant had Black Mamba. And so if it's hard for you to detach from the story, create a new persona and start to embody that. Start to be like, what would this version of me be like? And you can even use a specific lip gloss, use a specific necklace, and say to yourself, when I put these things on, this is the energy and persona I want to embody. And your body will catch up to you, your mind will catch up to you. And let's say you're like, oh, girl, that sounds hard to do. Start with strangers. When you introduce yourself, go to a part of town that you've never been to before and be like, you know what? I'm just going to role play and I'm going to act like a new story. Another thing that I really recommend is journaling your new story, journaling your life story, like literally write down your life story and make it to be positive, make it to be empowering. Even if you had a super hard life, look how resilient and strong it's made you. Look how much more emotionally attuned and embodied it's made you. There is two sides of a perspective always. Even your hardest moments have shaped you into being a better person. I fundamentally believe that because you're watching this video. There's something inside of you that knows that there's actually nothing wrong with you. It's just your perspective and your thoughts that you can change. Thoughts, your opinions, your self-concept, those things are all malleable. They can change. And so might as well change it to empower you. So there's nothing wrong with you. There is simply your perspective that needs a little shifting and needs a little rework. And that is okay. You can shift your story to empower you. You can shift your self perspective and your self concept to empower you. Just like you learned that woe is me and oh my gosh, this is terrible, you can learn to be empowered, to be strong, to be resourceful, and live a more embodied life. It's just your thoughts that need a little rewiring. It's just a mindset shift. And I'm not saying it's something that happens overnight. You do have to start small. Start with strangers. Start with going on the other side of town where nobody knows you and embodying that experience. But it's just a mindset shift that needs changing. You are not cooked. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the story and the perspective that you have that can change. If this video resonated with you, if you're like, ooh, I need to change, ooh, my perspective needs to change, then you're in the right place. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will be back with more videos on how to love yourself more deeply so that you can actually experience more joy. That is what I'm all about. Bye.